Finally, we have some details on the long-awaited co-op expansion for Killzone Shadowfall. While Guerrillas hasn't exactly blown the doors off with information, we know a lot more than we did last week. So, let's break it down. The INTERCEPT expansion is adding a 4-player online-only co-op horde mode to Killzone Shadowfall. It's your standard horde mode with some objectives thrown in. I don't really know what to say beyond that, mostly because I don't have any details. The story behind it, the setup, the premise, whatever you want to call it, is that you are a member of Intelligence Squad Alpha, and your goal is to intercept and relay Helghast military transmissions back to the boys at VSA headquarters. So that's about all we know on that end of things. The majority of the details are about the classes, or combat roles, as Guerrilla is calling them. So let's get into those. 2 of the 4 classes should be instantly familiar to people who've been playing the multiplayer. The first of that is the Assault class. Your default loadout is the LS-36 Breacher, M55 Rumbler, and frag grenades. You have 4 abilities: the Buddy Drone, Health Pack, which I can only assume is something similar to the Adrenaline Pack seen in the campaign, Speed Dash, and you are able to pick up and use enemy weapons. Only 2 of the classes have this ability, so I don't know what the other 2 classes are going to do. The second class that people should be familiar with is the Marksman, which riffs off the Scout from multiplayer. Your default loadout includes a modified LS-74s. I'm curious what has been done to modify it from its standard issue model, an M55 Rumbler, and the Laser Trip Mine. You have 4 abilities as well, using enemy weapons, Guard Drone, Health Pack, and Speed Dash. So there's a lot of abilities crossing over between the Assault and Marksman combat roles, but their weaponry is very different, and that's going to make how they play very differently, obviously. Then there's 2 new classes that basically split the support class from multiplayer, and it's something that I think should be done in multiplayer to rebalance the classes, because the support class has so many abilities that so many important things end up not getting used, like the supply box. So the first of these 2 abilities is the Medic. Your default loadout is the LS-21 Volk with E-Pulse grenades, which are new, I believe. I don't think they're in the multiplayer. I'm 100% sure they're not in the multiplayer. I assume they will be something similar to the E-Pulse, the various E-Pulse abilities in the multiplayer already, basically taking out enemy automata and whatnot in its blast radius. It has 3 abilities as well: Revive, Supply Box, and something called the Meta Drone. I'm not sure what that is going to do. It might just be a little drone that goes around and heals teammates rather than revives them, but that's something new that will obviously be detailed as more information is released about INTERCEPT. The final class is the Tactician, which should sound familiar to longtime Killzone players. The Tactician has the weirdest default loadout, in my opinion. I'm not sure how effective it will be, because you start off with the LS-12 SMG pistol. Then you have E-Pulse grenades, and your abilities are sentry turrets and nano shields. I'm really curious what's going to be going on there, because if they can't pick up weapons and there's no way to kind of level up the class and unlock new weapons, which I would assume there must be, that's a really limited loadout. You'd be stuck kind of using your abilities and the E-Pulse grenades, because the LS-12 SMG pistol is really limited in its effectiveness, at least it is in multiplayer, because of its high recoil. So that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Right now we have no gameplay footage. Guerrilla is saying that should come next week, so look out for that when it releases. I will probably talk more about it then. That's really all we know about this new game mode so far. It doesn't have a release date. It's going to be free to people who bought the Season's Pass, which is $20, and if you enjoy Shadowfall and don't have the Season's Pass yet, it's honestly a really good deal, because the content they're adding is pretty fantastic. And apparently there's also a standalone version coming as well that you're going to be able to buy and play if you don't have Shadowfall proper. You don't have the full Shadowfall game itself, which is interesting, and I wonder if those will be cut off in their own community, or if they will combine the standalone players with the people who are using it as an add-on to the full game. I hope they do, because the community in Shadowfall is already quite small now. It's a small but hardcore following, so further splitting that community would not be good for the series. But that is about all that there is on the new co-op mode so far. You can check out the post on Killzone.com and the PlayStation blog for more information. I think I pretty much covered everything there. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little bit of gameplay here. It's some old footage of the hangar left over, and hopefully my voice isn't too weird. Allergies are destroying me right now, and it's taken a while to kind of get this recorded. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, share it around, and I'll see you guys next time.